Thanks for listening to The Junction. I'm Ardmore Leader News Director Michael Dean Smith, and we're here to try to make some connections between Ardmorites. As we continue our local election coverage, we're going to be joined this week by Jack Jones. He is the candidate running for the Southern Tech Board of Education to represent Zone 2. Mr. Jack Jones, thanks for joining us in The Junction this week. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad to have you along. Let's go ahead and start this off. If I could get you to kind of just introduce yourself to listeners, tell us kind of a little bit about your background, but also give us an idea of why you think you're qualified to be a member of the Southern Tech Board of Education.
Okay. Well, my name is Jack Jones. I was born and raised here in Ardmore, went to school out at Dixon, graduated from Dixon. I attended Southern Tech. It was VOTech back then. I took the heating and air conditioning program my junior and senior year of high school. I grew up in the plumbing business. I'm the current owner of our family's business here in town, Service Plumbing. We've been in business 75 years. It was my grandpa that started it, and he even hired his dad to work for him. So it was my great-grandpa, my grandpa, my daddy, now me. And my son is a licensed plumber, and he works for us also. And we've been in business, like I said, since 1950. So this year is our 75th year in business. Plumbing's the only job I've ever had. I know the trades. I know the trades real well. That's kind of why I feel like why I would be a good candidate to be on the board out at Southern Tech. I know what it's like to work in the trades. I know what it's like as a business owner to need to find them skilled workers. There's definitely a skilled worker shortage in the plumbing business. I've hired guys that they did not have a clue what their tools were or anything, and we would, have to teach them. And Southern Tech does a really good job on trying to prepare their students for the workforce. And when I was out there, I learned so many different things that even helped me in the plumbing business, even though I was taking the heating and air conditioning class. Like the electrical side of it really helps me a lot when we're out, trying to troubleshoot water heaters or so forth, just trying to figure out what is the electrical problem here. Even though I'm not an electrician, they still gave me the basic concepts, to help me out. I've been on the school board before. I was out on the school board out at Dixon, so I'm definitely aware of how a school board operates. I'm also aware that a board needs to try to be united. You don't need to have a lot of bickering or fussing or arguing on a board. If you have a problem, you need to, in private, talk it over, try to come to a solution. You don't want to do things like that in public. You want to just try to do the best that you can for the school without going in and having a personal agenda. And I don't have any agenda to go in there except just try to do the best that we can for our students, and also just try to prepare them for the workforce. I feel like that I understand what it's like working out in the trades, and how technology is changing, and we need to try to give them the best tools that they can for whatever trade or skill that they're trying to learn. And I've never had any other job outside of the trades. So I really feel like as a tradesman and as a business owner that I have a lot that I could offer. I've been in the plumbing business over 30 years, and I just feel like that would benefit the board, and it would benefit the school. I would have a little bit of insight that maybe some of the others may not have.
Considering some of that background you have as a tradesman, considering your background as a former student of what's now Southern Tech, and considering too your background, you'd mentioned that you had served on the Dixon School Board for some time. Considering all of that, what is kind of your perception and your thoughts on the direction of Southern Tech and the Board of Education in particular?
Well, I feel like Southern Tech, they have done an excellent job, and I feel like they're continuing to do an excellent job with the way that they partner with different businesses in the community, trying to provide services not only to that business that they figure out, that they may need to offer a certain class that they're not offering to help get more workers. If you needed more welders or heavy equipment operators or things along those lines. I feel like they're doing an excellent job doing that. Um, Now, what was your question about the board?
Just some of your thoughts about the school and the board. It sounds like you think that they're heading in a good direction, though. It sounds like, right?
Yeah. They are, but I want to continue that. I feel like I could offer the insight that they may not have whenever it is trade related.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, just being in the trades, I feel like I work for a living every day. And so I know what it's like to be out there and it might look good on paper, but whenever you get out on the job site, things don't always work out the way that you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I understand that. And I think that the board could use that. And, I don't have a bone to pick with anyone. I just feel like I could offer my expertise in the plumbing trade to kind of help steer the board in that direction to help more with the trades.
What does some of that input look like? Some specific input that you feel that you might be able to give, and how does that kind of translate into you making an impact on the Southern Tech School?
Well, I know that there are, different tools, different equipment that we might not have had 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Are we providing that to our students? Are we trying to get with maybe some of the reps for some of the tool manufacturers or equipment manufacturers? Can we get them out to show us their newest equipment? Maybe kind of help show our students how to use some of this stuff. Maybe we don't have, and I don't know if they do or not, if they don't have some of the newest welding machines. Maybe they're using 30-year-old machines. They're not. They're using more modern stuff. But I feel like that would be one of the things that I could offer. We need to try to just try to stay updated. If you have a computer class and they're not even using them computers anymore, well then, man, we need to update our software. We need to make sure that everybody is trained properly, so that whenever they do get out into the workforce, they're going to have the skills that they're going to need and not have outdated technology. I've ordered new cameras and things for drain inspections, and we think, oh, we know how to use this, and then whenever you get it, it's totally different than what you were used to from your previous camera. They need to be instructed in what new technology we have available. Um, just things along those lines.
Okay. I know in elections that I, as a reporter, have covered here in Ardmore in the past, a lot of local elections don't really see a lot of big turnout, and especially the Southern Tech Board of Education races. Why do you think people need to pay attention to a lot of these local races, especially when it comes to the Southern Tech Board of Education?
Well, number one, the taxes that you pay help fund Southern Tech. So you need to have if you're paying them taxes, you might as well have a voice in who's going to be on that board. Um, there's no reason not to. I know that a lot of people don't get out and vote. I know there's going to be some things though on this on this election that's going to probably draw out a lot more people than normal. But there's no reason in overlooking a school board election. It's very important. It's important for our community. You're already somewhat going to be invested in it through your tax dollars, so you might as well get out and exercise your right to vote, so you can have a say.
And then finally, just in this last minute or so that we've got, what would be kind of your final plea to voters to head out to the polling places on April 1st and cast their ballot for Jack Jones?
Well, I'm a tradesman. I'm a hard worker. I know what it's like to work in the field. I'm not an office guy, so I know what you're needing in the field. I know what the techs need. I know what the employers that are going to be hiring these guys and gals, what they're looking for. And Southern Tech does a whole lot more than just trades. They have so many other things that they offer. and we go to so many different schools. It's not just the Ardmore area. We do the Ardmore schools in Davis and Dixon, Fox, Hilton, Lone Grove, Marietta, Plainview, Ringland, Springer, Sulphur, Thackerville, Wilson, Mansville. I mean, we cover a large area, and there's a lot of students out there and adults that need to be aware that Southern Tech is available for them. Everyone, I feel like, needs to have either a trade or a skill that they can fall back on. And Southern Tech does an excellent job of helping to provide that. And then also they even have programs to help you build your resume and get your resume out there so that you can help find a job.
Mm-hmm.
They partner with different businesses in the area to help find these skilled workers and help try to find them employment. So I feel like I can really help the school get the word out. I feel like I can help the school to help keep the direction that it's going, whether it be, a medical assistant program, whether it's welding, whether it's carpentry, electrical. There's all kinds of things out there that people need to be aware of, and the school is right here, and everybody should just take part in it if they can. Get out and vote Jack Jones. I'd appreciate it. And if I'm elected, I'll do the best job that I can to help make the school better, to just help keep the progress that we have going out there, and just help out Southern Oklahoma the best that we can.
We're in the Junction with Jack Jones. He's the candidate for the Southern Tech Board of Education to represent Zone 2. I do want to remind voters, too, that even though Jack Jones is running for the Zone 2 seat, voters all across the Southern Tech Vocational School District, which includes Carter County and a couple of surrounding areas, voters in the entire district will be able to vote in this race. So, Jack Jones, thanks so much for joining us in the Junction this week. Do appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you.